Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Chrissy Sawyer here. Okay, I just wanted to do a general read for today, and more than plenty cards have come out, so it might be another long one, but let's see how we go. And so, ploughing in with no agenda. The first card out is Black Moon Lilith and the mystery. And that is coming out with Saturn and truth. So we're in this building Uranus-Jupiter conjunction energy, and I've been working with Uranus and Jupiter energetically. And when I worked with Uranus, I got this hot fire pain right around the coronal suture, the whole front. So the coronal suture conjuncts at the fontanelle and moves into the sagittal suture. So it started there and radiated all the way down. So that was just kind of hot fire energy. And Jupiter expanded all the left-hand side of my body, which I thought was interesting. And what I've been working with is actually a quiet revelation of freedom, actually, and what freedom is, and the illusion of freedom. So we'll pile those in and see what comes out. I don't really want to land on anything too quickly. So mystery is coming out with truth. Okay. And I'm not going to do astrology as in current. This is what's happening today. I just want to stop waffling really and get on with it. Okay, so Grand Trine blessings. And so this is bringing in new blueprints, which I know I've said a million times. And I guess the more receptive we are to them coming in, the more we're going to see them coming in, which tells me that on a curve, we are opening up. Kudos. So blessings. 4610-1. I get what is the meaning of life with that 4610-1 today. What is the meaning of life? And so some core fundamental questions I sense. Yeah. So I've used the Black Moon astrology and I've used the Lantern Oracle, and the underlying card for the Lantern Oracle is radical honesty. And the 18-9 wants to wrap up a cycle. It wants to dissolve the experience into the wisdom and the learning. And we can only do that in the radical honesty. I love that Saturn's coming out on that 6. The 6 seeks harmony, represents the heart. It seeks harmony. Radical honesty, to believe in the facade, is to suffocate in the armor of alienation, self-defeat, and self-denial. And what is freedom? I see where this is going. Just, oh, right, listen. So, underlying, we have radical honesty, which is followed by voice. And we had this a while ago, didn't we? You are here to be known, so speak and be seen. And that is followed by radical self-acceptance. I can't make this up. In the radical self-acceptance, we stop pretending. Wow, I've just seen that. I did. I noticed it before, but I'm noticing it more profoundly, that she's had a breast removed. And so this is about bringing the beauty to the injury and letting yourself be seen in that. So there's a no more hidingness about this. And how can we express our wounding in the voice of beauty? How can we bring beauty to the experience? So we have the voice of the mind coming in, and the fusing and the refusing, the mixing your molecules differently to create a different expression, maybe a deeper level of truth, maybe an unwillingness to dance in the illusion of the pretense. There's what's that sentence? I'm just going to go for it. That's the sentence. I'm just going to go for it. Third house messages coming in with Mercury. So that's going to be inspirational thinking. It's Gemini energy. And in a retrograde, and we are in Mercury retrograde at the moment, that could be the I can, I can't, I do, I don't, I will, I won't. If anybody can hold the tension of opposites, it's that Gemini energy. Okay. And so if we go to the Lantern Oracle and the cards that flew out, we have distorted desire coming in on that alchemical 15, the devil energy. I can see where this is going. And that's going to ask where we lie to ourselves. Gosh, there's all sorts coming in here. The lie of codependency, for instance. Does my bum look big in this? That's the classic codependent question. Conscious desire rarely satisfies the unconscious need driving it. So Saturn comes in again here and says, but what's the truth of it? What is motivating that within you? And so remember, shadow work is to bring the unconscious to the conscious, to bring the darkness to the light, if you like, with there being no esteem value on darkness and light. One isn't good and one isn't bad. They are different vibrations. They are the hidden and the present. They are the soul and the personality. Think of it that way. So what's behind the desire? And that's going to speak to contortion and distortion, pretense, codependency, need for validation, insecurity, need for belongingness, accountability. Look at all this Saturn energy. Strong teaching energy and learning. Responsibility is a gift of love to yourself and others. And, you know, if we talk about projection, and projection is easily seen if you find yourself in judgment, if you judge others, it might be that the systemic contract there is that thing in you I don't like, is that thing in me I will not look at. And if we can move from that space to accountability, what is that thing in me that's getting triggered by the thing in you that's happening? Then it becomes school, learning, study, tuning in. Mm. Mm. Real intimacy begins with the self. Intimacy with the self is the greatest love affair you'll ever have. When you can accept yourself on all levels, the wins and the wounding, the successes and the failures, what you've learned, how far you've come. And you not only learn that radical self-love, self-acceptance, that you actually start to like yourself. And that's a formative part of the holistic relationship with self. Intimate love is a core need to be met in relation to ourself and those closest to us. Well, if intimacy is perfected in the self, mastered in the self, physics will do the rest. It would change. That's how we change the world, is we change ourselves, and we keep changing and lifting, okay, and challenging. And who do I want to be in this? Or what do I want to bring to this? How can I challenge this? The journey to intimacy often includes learning what love is not. That's a great question. What is love? Confusion. Okay. Now, yeah, the Uranus. Confusion is the challenge to stay in the not knowing. I'm consciously, as I work with this building Uranus Jupiter energy, it's been going on for a couple of weeks in my world. It may also have been going on for you. I cannot speak to it. I may not even make the Uranus Jupiter conjunction video because I don't know. I can feel both the energies. I don't know what the relationship is. I don't know what it's bringing. But for absolute sure, the void is opening up. The field of potential is opening up. And if you step into that and don't know what it is and don't know how to bring words to it, that's great news. That means you're not pulling from the subconscious to remap onto the present and recreate. It's Colgate. New and improved. It's either new, I don't know what it is, or it's improved. So it's being built from a previous patterns. This is where the new blueprints are coming in. They're going to take time to ingest, to be digested by you through your filters on your terms. And so, what's your relationship with confusion? What does it trigger in you? What does it inspire in you? Might be a good question. Growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through uncertainty. Growth hurts, it can do. Because in the movement towards love, we're going to trigger everything that hasn't been loved. And when we meet that in the principle of polarity, then we get to choose where we stand on that polarity of not loved and loved, of not receiving love and receiving love, of not giving love and giving love. I love this image. It feels very spontaneous, like the Big Bang, spontaneous, and it happened. It's like, it's like what life would look like without thinking, without egoic thinking, filtering, sanitizing. You have all of the inner resources you need to cross whatever bridges arise on your path. So there's that I'm just going for it kind of energy. And in there, we allow ourselves to be different, look different, disappoint, fail. You know, before we use the word fail, we have to define what it means, and we have to define what success means. And so far, our concept of success, it has harmed everything in its path. It's harmed the planet, the food chain, the water supply, our fuel supply. It's got all entangled with money and lost its way. So you may feel the energy of some kind of transition coming. You may feel, I'm hearing from a lot of people, Chrissy, I know there's something coming. I just don't know what it is. I feel it too. And how can I be ready for that? Just stay open and trust. Yeah. And there's another question coming in here about where is your desire coming from? Because desire might come in to compensate for this empty space that's opening up, where the players are shifting. You may notice shifts in your relationships. Or in that first house of Aries, in how you relate to yourself and others. It's that back and forth. And we have 33 sharing. And what I want to speak to here actually is oversharing, because oversharing sustains codependency and lack of culpability. Sharing's lovely if you can hold your own. If you can hold your own sovereignty and dominion, you know who you are, then sharing's great. Where sharing comes from need, what's the hidden desire? This is where it's, yeah, I see. Where sharing comes from need, I'm going to share something with you under the auspices of love and kindness and giving, but actually, I desperately want your feedback. And if there's a glitch in your programming that can't ask for help or feedback, then it's going to get entangled. And the statement is there is giving in receiving and receiving in giving. Yeah, I get that. And I also get that there is that hidden question about what's my motivation in this? Where do I hold my own? Ah, wow. I'm just looking at these two decks and the two underlying cards. Ah, here we go. I love these underlying stories. What's my motivation? Feeling. Okay. Your energy body, your physical body will tell you. I get Queen of Cups energy with this, the ability to sit in your deep water and experience yourself through the intuition, through the emotions, and through the sensory perception to feel. Are you enough in a crowd of people? Or is there a need? And there's nothing wrong. It's knowing it and being accountable, holding yourself accountable. I have a secret need. Okay, that's beautiful. And I'm going to start wrapping it up. It's not going to be a really long one with this beautiful deck. Final messages, please. Oh, sorry, yeah, the card I giggled at. third house messages and Mercury on the table, crown chakra. So it might be worth tuning in. The frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. Okay. Bear with me. Where did I see it? It's the Lilith card. What I was about to ask was to do with Lilith. And don't forget, everything is conjunct Chiron at the moment. So we are seeing our deepest wounding. And may not be from this timeline, it may be from anywhere. And I was going to ask the question, because where did I see that 7? 7, Jupiter, Uranus. And 7 talks about how do we fuse light into matter? How do we fuse the light into matter? And what I was seeing was the raising up of the ship that sank. The ship that used to navigate its own waters is now sunk underwater. And as we raise up our shadow and make the unconscious conscious, how do we fuse that into light? Are we still battling demons, getting it out of you, rejecting it? Or is there the allowing fully of the integration energetically to allow that shadow to move through and to fuse, to refuse? It's just energy. And you can do anything with love. We can meet any level of demon. I do that because I've never met a demon. I just meet dark energies. That's what I work with. Dark because they've been in the dark and their vibration has dropped quite low. And I brought that all in because this is coming in on the 7, fusing light into matter. I do get a very big change here, like literally a different kind of human being. Okay. Violet flower of life supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. So I just got the message stride for freedom, stride, like it's a big stride. This Jupiter Uranus is a big stride towards freedom. What's freedom? What about the freedom of personal expression? Oh Lordy, yes. There is something alchemical, big alchemical shift going on. Okay. So, I like to challenge myself spatially and just to flip everything on its head so I can look at it upside down. I had this fantastic flip thought the other day, and it was, we're all looking out towards ETs. We're all looking out, not all, forget that. We look outwards towards ETs. And I had this lovely, delightful, magical thought. What if we're all ETs to begin with, disguised as human beings? Well, that opens up the door. I mean, that really opens up the space. Wow, my crown chakra's just gone. Oh, wow, my crown chakra's going crazy now, bringing the light in. Delight. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we evoke in others. This is sacral and solar plexus. Wow, that's the recipe for delight. Sacral and solar plexus is passion and joy and volition, the will to create. Is delight the key code for the will to create, to express? 31, magic. How many of the spheres I get here? The capacity to build the frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move towards possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. Oh, that's interesting. So we have 2 transition cards. Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. Lightseer's Tarot. Let's bring it right down. Lightseer's Tarot. Transition. See. DNA. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives. And behind that snake is the vesica Pisces, I never know how to say it. The splitting of the cell. The yin and the yang. This feels very remaking to me. Ever-changing nature of existence in our lives so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. I get the word departure, departure lounge. Beautiful. I need a drink. That's about star connections today. That's all it's saying. Star connections, and why do you gaze at the stars? And here's the surrender and the letting go. So this is going to challenge all the old Piscean thinking. That's that's all she can see. That's all she's looking at. And that's going to regenerate the sad old story. But if she just turned her head to see what's being made, what's making itself, might be a lot to let go of, where love and devotion and nourishment and care are concerned. Might be a lot to let go of. To step into the new beginnings, new resource. I want to speak to that. I do want to speak to that. Talk to me about the Page of Pentacles, please. Wow, 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 wow. Should I end the reading there? Wow. Yeah, this is also kind of speaking to that. All I get with this is nostalgia. I don't get anything vibrant with this or uplifting or new. I just get nostalgia, looking backwards. And again, that's part of the preparatory work of letting go. Letting go of old ways of being and rebirthing. Building from there, the masculine and the feminine within being able to just fully access all of their emotions, sensory perception, intuition, and listen and respond and build from there. This is literally the fusing of light into matter. Pentacles, physical resource. Page is new beginnings. Wow. Yeah, and the underlying story is temperance, and there might be this, we have the sun and moon here. The masculine and the feminine. And this is talking to the slow build. I've spoken about this before. Temperance, if you think about temperance in terms of chocolate and cooling chocolate down by tempering it, is to cool it slowly so it doesn't crystallize. So what I get with this is the heating up slowly and the cooling down slowly as you learn to work with these new pentacles, the new fusing. Slowly, no rush, because rush is hidden in the old programming. It's hidden in that linear masculine creation, devoid of the feminine. High Priestess. And the Chariot. Definitely, definitely. Yeah. Knight of Swords, watch out. Mercury. Temper. If you're quick to think, you might be quick to speak. Temper. Digest. Dissolve. The Star. There's a ton of new beginnings coming in. And, really, I'd give it this year. I really would. To really land on your lily pad, and come into that strong knowing. Even the realization, God, I've been seeing this for years. I've been seeing myself doing this for years, maybe. But now it's going to come into sharper contrast. So slow. And I'm going to wrap it up with an abundance card. This is the divine abundance deck. And I'm going to say, welcome new subscribers. It's great to have you here. Thank you for all your wonderful comments. Your comments are amazing. I think that's, yeah, I think that's the simple message, underlying message, courage, card that flew out, change. When the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, it comes to a sacred crossroads in our own evolution. Courage, let me be open to courageously take the steps that are shown. Okay, the steps that are shown versus what the ego wants. Okay, have you landed on it? How does it feel? Is it coming from an organic drive? Okay, and that's it. I'm going to love you and leave you. And thank you all for being here. Please do the clicky things. And I will see you all again soon. Bye.